Well, hey friends and neighbors, it's Chuck out at Sheraton Park Farms. Welcome back to the farm. So today we're going to talk about something we don't usually spend a lot of time talking about, and that's our bunny rabbits. They're actually becoming a pretty important part of the farm. We got a group of baby bunnies up in the racking barn, which is now basically the rabbit barn because all the chickens are out. We got a group of baby bunnies that it's time to get those weaned off their moms and get them out on pasture. So we're going to show you our hairpins. We're going to show you how we set those up. We're going to get those bunnies out, get them on grass, and see if we can get them started off right. So hang out with us for a little bit. All right, so these are our hairpins, rabbit tractors, and this is what our meat rabbits that we've had up in the raking barn for the winter. You remember those mamas? Of course, I don't know if we've showed this or not. Those mamas have kindled. 3 out of the 4 actually ended up being pregnant and giving birth, and we've got 20, I think it's 25 baby bunnies, and we're going to put those are going to come out here in just a few minutes. And we're going to put them in these hairpins. These are based on a Joel Salatin design. These are, how big are they?
About 47 inches wide by like 83, 84 inches long. So roughly like 4 by 7 foot.
4 by 7, okay. And pretty simple structure. It's all made out of 1 by material. We bought some 2 by stuff and ended up cutting it down. Got a lightweight lid on it. We use this plastic roofing material. We find it at Lowe's. I forget what we pay a sheet for it, but it ends up working out really nice because it's very lightweight, and one person can manage these super simple. Inside we've got chicken wire on the inside, and a couple places we've got some of this more coarse rabbit wire. I'll show you that back here in a second. Slatted bottom. The reason for the slatted bottom, if you don't have some kind of slatted bottom in it, the bunnies will dig out and will escape. Here's some more of this rabbit wire. It looks like, what is that, JW? Half by half?
1 by 1.
1 by 1.
Yeah.
Little 1 by 1 wire. We've got a bulk feeder out here. We'll just fill that every day. And then we still got to put our drinkers together, but we use these little rabbit nipples. I think we get those on Amazon. These little rabbit nipples, 5-gallon bucket. With a water line comes down to it. We just fill it every day. Rabbits drink out of it. Like I say, slatted bottom so they can't dig out, but they can still get to the grass and eat grass. We don't use wire, and the reason we don't use wire is because
If the rabbits are going down to try to eat grass and they bite into the wire, then they don't like that and they'll stop eating grass altogether because they won't want to eat on the ground because they think that they'll bite into some metal, and they don't like to bite into the metal.
So that's why we use the wood. They can still get access to it, but they can't dig out. These things are pretty predator proof. We didn't lose any rabbits at all last year. Of course, we only done one batch. We had them all in this one. It was a little heavily populated, so we're going to be a little lighter, a little less densely populated on them this year. They move just like the chickens. They move every day. We do supplement them with some feed. It's primarily alfalfa pellets, but these are polyface rabbits. We initially bought two bucks and 4 does from Polyface. We have lost one of the bucks over winter. We're not sure what happened. We lost a mature adult buck over winter, so we'll save out another buck to replace him with. But meat rabbits, we're going to be selling these as live animals. We've had a lot of folks that have been interested in buying them as lives, and then for folks that want a meat rabbit, we'll sell them a live animal, and then we can certainly show them how to process it for them, or we'll work through that on an as-need basis. So it's cuteness time, JW. Time to go get them cute bunnies. Let's go get them. We're going to use some chicken crates, and let's move them down and get them in our hairpins. A little bit. Alright, so here's our buck, the one that's left. The other one, like I say, he unexpectedly died. I have no idea why. And then over here, this is where the cuteness comes in. There's the mama, and look at all these pretty babies. All these pretty white bunnies. Son of a gun. That's got to be cuter than a baby pig. And then here's our big dark colored mom, and she's got some kind of brown, some black and white, and some black babies back here. So everybody here looks really, really good. This one right here, this girl, she's the one that she didn't take breeding, so we'll try her again. And then here is the other mama, and she's got some pretty good looking babies too. We're going to put these in the rabbit tractors and the hairpins by bunch. We're not going to mix bunches. The two over here on the right hand side are sired off of this one. This group is sired off of the buck that died. So we will keep a buck from this group here, and that will help us with our breeding program. So we'll keep one buck off of that. Don't know if we're going to keep any females off this bunch. This is all kind of Saunders deal, but we're kind of managing it today. We're going to get them out on some grass. Man, look at that. That's just crazy cute. I don't know how well it's showing up. All right, here they are. So we actually had miscounted. We have 8, 8, and 10. So we've got 26 bunnies total. Very nice. Okay, we got everybody brought out and put in the tractors, and I think we've got a little shock to the system. This is all brand new for everybody, so they got to figure it out, but they will. But one thing that we've noticed is a lot of them have gone right to nibbling on nibbling on grass. I don't know if you can see that guy back here in the corner, but he is going right at it. So we'll move these guys every day, probably for the first week or so. Maybe not every day. We're looking for, you know, whenever we start, they eat the grass down and we get a heavy manure load, or we start getting a little buildup of some rabbit poo, then we'll move them forward. But super easy to manage. Rabbits are very prolific. JW and I were talking a minute ago about when to breed them back, and you said breed them while they still got the babies on them, right?
Yeah.
Just put that buck back on them and let them do some more of their business. So, all right, we're gonna put the lids on them, give them a little feed. We're waiting on our tubing so we can get our drinkers together, and that'll wrap this little project up. Baby bunnies. So there they are, 26 of the cutest rabbits that you would ever want to lay your eyes on. Sandra just told me a few minutes ago she had had somebody that had reached out to her that was interested in buying some rabbits, and I think she's got a buck and 2 does out of this group already sold. So, you know, we sell them live, we sell them ready to eat. Of course, if they were this cute when it was time to process them, and they're not far from it, we would probably have a whole lot tougher time doing that. But rabbits, great source of protein, reproduce quick, grow out quick. So if you're looking for something to do, you know, in your backyard, because you can do this in your backyard. Something you want to do in your backyard, small homestead, rabbits, great way to get started. And they're very prolific and they reproduce pretty quick. So anyway, like we always say, please keep us in your prayers. May God bless you and your families, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks.